in the Premier League, it will be better as over to a game. Say over per sounding performance. Say we are Manchester United na who didn't have a good league in this wabo. It's something that Omoya emphasize in Famba Manchester United. Menyes was say baby one if they are able to even win the last matches na kana krana or make me abe finishing the top 10 crowd. Menyes. So now you make sure say you sit down, you weigh the options, and then you go for the OGDA says, oh yeah, a bit boaman could be answered to media bar. Time now, Amorim Bayern, the season was far gone. The season was over for Team FN Manchester United. No more ball to place in the top 10. And Kuya and far more. But now, if you look at them in the Europa League, they are like 2 games away from winning the Europa League. Yeah. So why do you waste your time more on the place where where would you say about you hard when you are? They won 3-0 against Atletico Bilbao, a team that's no more Manchester United nemesis. They won against them, and now they came against Brentford. You don't expect Manchester United to even give their all. They have their eyes on that Europa League, and they can win the Europa League. So you're Manchester United fan, then I'll pay. Now the season is ending. Manchester United can't be in the top 4 for that reason. They can't qualify for the Champions League. But if they are able to win in the Europa League, they are qualifying for the Champions League and also having a trophy. So which one do you prefer? You would definitely prefer, say, you win something good and walk with him. So we are Manchester United fan, just forget. Now who said now all the attention is on the Europa League. They are trying to win it. And another year, where you be able to beat me. Chelsea video be about one thing, and the level of Chelsea now. And about Chelsea video be in the dressing room after they won against the Liverpool team at watching league in area on for game and financially. And then Chelsea won against them. I improve or more chances say or make me a ball in the top 4, say Musi Penono. But this is not the kind of enjoyment. Oh yeah, when we win against Liverpool, a team of watching league we are on 5 points in Nigeria. It shows you the mentality as a Chelsea for now, and so find yourself in. It's becoming a team that mentality is low. They don't see themselves as competing team, and they believe that every little thing they do, they need to celebrate. This is a win over Liverpool. They might win here something extraordinary in the Premier League. This season, and a slot born will be anyone watching more than 1 goal cry. Chelsea, they are able to score 3 or my idea, are Brighton or more chance to make qualify and so rat off on my idea. But this is not the Chelsea we used to know. The Chelsea we used to know, this is a normal win for them. A season. Chelsea won home and away against Manchester United. Chelsea won home and away against Arsenal. Chelsea won home and away against the top teams. Manchester City in 2010. I think that in the Carlo Ancelotti's era, he won home and away against all these teams and won the league on top. But look at now the current players. They win 3-1 against Team FN Liverpool. Stamford Bridge. They look at the kind of jubilation or more else me having. It tells you the Chelsea that they find themselves in now. There is nothing like pushing them beyond their weight. They believe in whatever they are having. They believe in the Omanya Sisiano and they believe in the state that Omum. So far, Enzo Maresca Beswana how well he's done. In the last seasons, Chelsea, they've not been able to play in the Champions League. And now he's closer to qualifying for the Champions League. So for that reason, he says that he's done something better. So we are Chelsea for now embrace yourself. These are the kind of performances I'll be here. These are the mentalities I'll be here. The players don't see themselves they are going to compete for titles. Or more Infantia Liverpool and Mami Winnie. Or more Infantia Manchester United winning more entry eligibility. And it tells you the state at Chelsea. And so there's something that they need to work on. And yes, a big problem. Kopama Chelsea now buy or Tronny own story. Because all less now they told horror. Any players a woman. The kind of games of Mabo. Now you find Kopama in that squad list. It tells you that he is a man that Waba Chelsea team man. Also good history for himself. I always say that mentality I know for him to say DIABY, I'm playing a Pep Guardiola. One of the managers with me making young talent every year world beaters our football. I will just leave under his watch. Go to a struggling Chelsea and go and tell every single person, say, I'm a good footballer. I was not having the chance. That alone, it was a win for Abrante and Kopama. And he's better with performance. Because coach Chelsea, watch it over and over again, say, he's their best player. Check the squad. Frank Lampard near top scorer at Chelsea. Look at the kind of games of boy to get that goals. You talk of Didier Drogba. You talk of Eden Hazard. You talk of Jimmy Floyd. You talk of Gianfranco Zola. And here, Brent Johnson, Diego Costa, John Ted, Nicolas Anelka, and Kopama. He's one goal shy of Brent and Anelka. And check the games Anelka boy to get that 38 goals.
Junior Crown say na ne form nan depe. And I call ye say goals no bonnet say no bonan kabana me so. Was strong be crowd.
Gianfranco Zola ho.
Yeah.
Gianfranco Zola. It tells you say he's been a stand-up performer for Team FN Chelsea. In the last 2 seasons, he's been a very good player for them. Even this season as we speak, I see Kopama season in Chelsea. 23 goals and assists over them at Chelsea. This is a season that we perceive say a bad season at my branch of Kopama. So he's shown say he's a good player. Say Bonabaso, I want him Bonabaso to see because of MON-FRI, because they don't give consistency, sir. But for him, he's been able to give consistent performance throughout 2 seasons, and that alone tells you sir Branteno airborne home. May the picture be called production. Meaning so much my so me my. It tells you say every single player wanted him to score. Every Chelsea player wanted him to score because he would say, Levico Leka or Trese, no Pia Pesa Branch and Kopama Shego because they know that he's their best player. Or see, we all wanted that goal to go in. He deserves it. Liverpool and Branch and Kopama, they wanted him to score a goal. Score goal so that a belly breathing, a belly some sort of bad immediate finish. Because for him, say regardless him not paying attention to social media, one kasa when you start not to do the things I know with ease, you start to question yourself and a damper spirit. So he was not himself. You will think about a lot of things. Then I may then Tina say goes number, assess number. So he needed that goal to make sure that he's getting things done. And over time, I know that you got no over 18 games, he's yet to score a goal. So for him to get that goal against Liverpool, a bit up on the spirit, a bit watch it because he is their best player. Every time or no also flourish, Chelsea flourish. So they needed him to get the goal, get his confidence back, and make sure that he's getting things done for Team FN Chelsea. So we are Chelsea fan Biana, you need to be happy. Say Branch FN Kopama with me. I said that goal, and it will definitely bring back the spirit, bring back the confidence, to make sure that every game about with Chelsea, he goes into that game with that level of confidence that when he takes the ball, when he receives the ball, he knows that he can do magic with the ball. And when you are Chelsea fan be here to get that from a Branch FN Kopama, their darling boy, getting the job done for they be also intimate from my Team FN Chelsea. Barcelona won against Valladolid. A goal or a win that because a struggle with team win. But one thing needs immediate attention. The rate Barcelona conceding goals and say there more of them.
And you prano na kofasa adenaba.
Prano wo, but you need to find a way. So share Barcelona team we are for all they've done. But if you check the previous Barcelona team, our midfield was a midfield that you can't win against them. They keep the ball so well, they keep possession, and they make sure say what team now when anybody you struggle to even get minutes to play when you are playing against them. But this Barcelona squad, they are very fine midfielders. Pedri, as we speak currently, there is no better midfielder in the world than Pedri. And you compliment him with a bunch of Dion. They are doing so well for Team FN Barcelona. But at rate to which team Conceeding goals, it tells you say Mioma Enswa Kwachoka crap. If you check, meaning to say the Mika Bakuna to Miama the next ways went to Mima. Into where the last 6 games are, Barcelona conceded 3 goals against Team FN Dortmund. They conceded 3 against Celta Vigo. Omukipi clean sheet against Mallorca. They conceded 2 goals against Real Madrid. They conceded 3 goals against Inter Milan, and they conceded a goal against Valladolid. If you want to move forward, if you want to have a team that are competing favorably and getting job done, you don't concede such goals. In a Champions League crowd here, you don't concede 3 goals in the semi-finals against Inter Milan, a team that we don't know him to be scoring goals as we know teams almost share goals. What they do best, and it's so be defending. So when you talk about Inter, I consider 3 goals. You ask yourselves, they played against which team? Was Barcelona. Barcelona is the best scoring team in the Champions League, so that is in okay. But if you talk about team friend Inter Milan scoring 3 goals against Barcelona, it makes you ask questions. Say, Inter Milan share 3 goals against Barcelona. Then there is a problem we need to sort. And over the last 6 games, it will tell you the rate at which they concede goals, and be a problem. In the La Liga, they seem to be winning, but man, they are very slim or magic. But some goals no more conceding may cost them tomorrow against Inter Milan, because for Inter to score 3 goals against Barcelona, it makes you think there is a problem between Barcelona. And if they want to go forward and get their treble or whatever they want to win, they need to make sure they are making things okay and things tight for team in Barcelona and so team watch the whole. ABOU actually is a special talent.
I got 1 minute.
We hear introduction here. It's just he's a victim of circumstance. You come into a coach who is not so much into and is bent on keeping whatever now or last now or the room. I don't know, man. But on the value that you want to value a brand here, your friend ABOU, he's a fine player. He's a fantastic player, and I'm happy for him. With these few games that when you are all body team friend reminding, he's been able to account to say if given the opportunity, if given the chance by whoever or best succeed, you right friend Ancelotti, you have this boy around. And you have a boy who will get you the kind of games I will hear from a young guy. Trent, then was work on.
Only I send them right now, so Liverpool, I also heard now, or they play after 20 years. I mean, Liverpool for the gas.